Most folks think that it's a strange occupation. Some folks call us a deranged aggregation. We can't help it, we're just happy this way.
Mama always wanted me to be a physician.
Dad said he'd rather I become a beautician, but we can't help it, we're just happy this way. 'Cause it sure beats working for a living, but it ain't much of a living these days. Yeah, it sure runs.
Okay, back to work.
This is the end of you, Dippy Duck.
Skip, save me! Skip, help me! Help me!
If you don't pull this off, you'll never work in this town again. You'll never work anywhere again.
Operator, I'd like to place a collect call to Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh, Lord, somebody died.
What?
When the phone rings in the middle of the night, someone's either dead or seriously hurt.
Hello? Yes. Sure, I'll accept. Hello, Skipper.
How bad is he?
Sorry I'm calling so late, Dad, but things have been happening so fast since I arrived, I forgot to call.
Skip, what's wrong?
Remember Mr. Winkler? He sent me the letter and was going to hire me. Well, when I got here, he had died.
Died?
I knew so.
They gave me a job in sort of a funny room here.
Where's here?
The Duck Factory.
The duck what?
Factory, that's what they call it. It's the studio where they produce the Dippy Duck show.
Well,
But I promised that we were going to come up with all these great new ideas by tomorrow.
What in the world possessed you to do that?
Well, they seem to be counting on me.
Skip, these people at the Goose Ranch have been doing this before you got there, and they're going to continue to do it long after you've gone.
Well, I guess they will.
Well, of course they will. You got them out of a jam. Fine. Now just stay in the background, listen and learn. That's all that's expected of you.
Thanks. I guess if I were home, you'd make me a hot cup of cocoa to help me get back to sleep.
I'm sure there must be some place in a city the size of Los Angeles where you can get a nice hot cup of cocoa.
What's your pleasure, amigo?
I don't suppose you have any cocoa.
Fresh out.
I'll just have a cup of that with cream and sugar.
Bourbon with cream and sugar?
Oh. Do you have anything?
Everything. The icebox is busted. What'll it be?
I don't know.
Beer?
Sure. As long as it's hot.
Don't worry.
I just started working next door at the Duck Factory.
Welcome to Pancho's.
Skip Tarkenton.
Pancho. Yeah, I know. It was the name of the place when I bought it. I figured it'd be simpler to change my name than change the sign. I was wrong. Nah, that's okay. If you work at the Duck Factory, you're welcome to run a tab here. Fact is, if you work at the Duck Factory, you'll have to run a tab here. Like Brooks and Marty over there.
Excuse me. Did you guys come up with any big changes for the show?
Well, I had a couple of thoughts.
Oh, that's great. I'd sure hate to go to that network meeting without something really good. So what have you got?
Well, I always thought Dippy's eyes could be blue.
That's it?
Brown? I'm sorry, it's been a long time since I had to do any actual thinking.
He always did our thinking for us. Stop by my desk, he'd say, Marty, give me 5 pages of Dippy in a dungeon, and I'd pound out 5 pages.
There was something that I was thinking of when I was trying to sleep earlier. The Wizard of Oz kept running through my head.
Wizard of Oz, tornadoes, tin guys, yellow bricks, munchkins. I'll give you some munchkin material that'll knock your socks off.
Munchkins? No, I wasn't actually thinking of
munchkins, midgets. Air Bay Villachets. Nah, you don't want to kick a guy when he's down. On the other hand, how can you tell when he's down? Wait a minute, that's good. That's funny.
Well, this is great, sitting here being part of this.
Must be wonderful to be your age. You remind me of myself when I first got to this town. Eager, talented, full of juice, ready to set holiday. Don't let that happen to you, son.
I won't.
Minute.
Andrea!
Relax, I think I was shaving before. I'm looking for the jungle sound effects tape. Buddy borrowed it the day before he died.
Why would he have jungle sound effects in here?
Some things are better left a mystery. Ah, here it is. So, how'd you sleep in Buddy's boom-boom room?
Not too well, to tell you the truth.
Well, I can see why. Geez, I'd hate to get caught in here. For years, we've all known we could get canceled at any time. It's just one of those things we live with around here. We're used to it.
I'm not. I've loved Dippy Duck ever since I was a kid. I feel like he's a friend, a member of my family.
Really? Which side?
Excuse me. We met the other day?
What's your husband's funeral? Of course, Mrs. Winkler. How could I forget?
Still deep in mourning, I see. I gotta get back to work.
Are those the jungle sounds?
Yeah.
Buddy played those for me on our wedding night.
I'm too comfortable about it myself.
Don't be silly. You look like a born leader.
But I think it would be really presumptuous of me, since I just barely got here.
You can talk like poultry.
Punch the time clock!
You got it!
Hey, what's going on in here?
Isn't anybody gonna answer the phone? Buddy Winkler Productions.
Marty, all. Why wouldn't I? I've been doing it for years. She just put the machine in today. She did?
That was Mr. Roth's office at the network. He has to go to Hawaii, so he wants us to move the meeting to tomorrow.
Folks, that gives us 2 days less to work on the changes.
I certainly would. May I remind you that this boy arrived on the scene only a few days ago? You don't know anything about him. Now, I, on the other hand, worked cheek to jowl with Buddy Winkler for 10 years. I know the business, this company, and all of you. That difference. Think for a moment. Would you put your fate in the hands of someone with experience, savvy, and a certain animal...
I believe that's one.
How many for hair and teeth?
Looks like the teeth have it.
I demand a recount!
Turn lower the drawbridge! You got it.
The gate!
Uh-oh.
This is great stuff.
If it's so great, how come they canceled it?
Who knows? Those bark brains canceled my mother the call.
I'm afraid we're going to have to do something drastic here.
Drastic. My doctor told me to avoid anything drastic. And shrimp.
Don't let me disturb you. Just taking inventory.
What for?
For when we go into receivership. Just want to get a jump on it.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Just can't come up with anything fresh. There is a lot of that going around.
Well, has our fabulously creative team come up with anything?
We're kicking a few things around.
We got a couple of notions germinating.
In other words, what you have got is nothing. Zilch, bupkis, nada. Buddy would have thought of something.
Like, but everybody depended on.
You ungrateful scum! That is blasphemous. Give me it.
Aggie, wait. I just got an idea.
So, come on.
We knew it would have to be drastic.
Yeah, but that's more than drastic. That's...
Often fatal.
Wait a minute. Let's give the man a listen. Death always worked on MASH.
Okay. With Sir Thanks-a-Lot gone, all the other characters will have to fend for themselves. It'll give the audience a chance to root for them.
That's a stupid idea. Those little pipsqueaks could never survive without Sir Thanks-a-Lot. They can't fend for themselves.
Maybe they can if they have to. Maybe they just never had to before.
What about this, Skip?
What if when they open up Sir Thanks-a-Lot's armor, instead of finding a big power for a knight, there's this little skinny old coot inside?
That's great.
Yeah, like in The Wizard of Oz.
Right, the Wizard of Oz. How are you guys holding up?
Fine.
Okay, here's 16 solid story ideas using the new format in case you need them.
Thanks. I'll need all the help I can get. Are the new storyboards ready yet?
Just going over them to see if everything makes sense. I'm so punchy from working all night, I can't tell.
Whew. I haven't stayed up all night since my son Bumps graduated from Clown College.
Clown College?
He was on an Emmett Kelly scholarship.
Is he in the circus?
He'd like to...
Okay, let's move it. I don't want to be late for this meeting.
Who said you're going?
I may not have conceived this pathetic little plan, but I am still head honcho around here.
No, and I never will.
As the new owner of Buddy's studio, I just felt that I wanted to help out.
Well, we appreciate that, Mrs. Winkler.
I mean, here you were working so hard all night, and I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what I could do, and then it just sort of came to me that maybe I could be most effective if I just sort of went along in the tightest shirt I could find.
You're going with us?
Unless you don't want me to.
Mrs. Winkler, these people here have been... On the other hand, what could it hurt?
Thanks.
I believe the real people auditions are on the first floor.
We're here to see Mr. Roth, Aylesworth, Tarkenton, and Winkler. Dippy Duck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please excuse the mess. We're in the midst of moving. Go right in.
Sorry, I'll be finished here in a minute.
Fine.
I'm Gary Roth. Dippy Duck isn't working for us anymore. Not that he isn't a cute little guy.
Thank you.
See, our research shows that you're doing marginally well with the 2 to 5-year-olds. But frankly, you're in the toilet with the 7 to 12s. So, unless what you've got to show me today can persuade me otherwise, I'm afraid the duck is history.
I see. Well, then, do you know if there are any openings in your business affairs office?
I don't believe there are.
Well, I gave it my best shot.
The changes I'm about to suggest may sound a bit radical.
Radical is what's needed here, Skip.
Oh, well, good. You know, of course, the character called Sir Thanks-a-Lot?
He's my favorite. I love Thanks-a-Lot. What are you planning on doing with him?
You see, that all this takes place in outer space.
If we do get canceled, I'm sure gonna miss old Dippy. I mean, of all the characters I do, I think I feel closest to Dip. We're alike in so many ways.
Activity, will ya? You got no faith. That could be them calling up saying we've been renewed for 5 more years.
It's for you, Marty.
Yeah. When you're hot, you're hot.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How about the mailroom?
How did it go?
Well, Skip did the best he could.
We did it! Quit pestering me, will you?
See, we thought we'd play a little joke on
Jesus, oh.
He was terrific. Show him, Skip.
Meet the new Dippy, now known as...
Ta-da!
Starduck!
Yay!
Stardust, it's me!
Oh, what a day! Oh. Oh. No, I'm really happy. I'm so happy.
Nice going, Agnes.
No, please. I just do what I do best. I don't need my ego stroked like some people.
This calls for celebration. Let's all go over to Pancho.
It's on the company.
Only the first round. And punch out. Brooke!